So now we come to step 4, choosing your format. Now there are a few basic rules when it comes to creating a resume. You want to have a white background and black type, plain font 12 point or above, and you can put the headings in bold. You also want to make sure there's plenty of white space on the page, and generally 1 to 2 pages unless it's an academic CV or you're at a level where more is expected, but you have to be guided by the job and the number of skills and so on. And you don't include a photograph unless you're an actor or a model. So the main formats are chronological, which you're probably familiar with, functional, which is the same as skills-based, or potentially a combination of the two. Now, opinion seems to be a little bit divided about these formats, but I think you should go with what works for you. And we'll take a quick look at the reasons for each. Now, some employers are a bit suspicious of functional resumes. They feel that the applicant has something to hide. And the thing is, not everyone has a perfect work history. Many of us, have gaps in some places for whatever reason, and it's not a crime to be ill or to have taken a year off to go travelling or whatever it might be. So the chronological resume is usually used if you have a solid work history, particularly if it's in one field. So you're working your way up the ladder, and this shows very clearly. Or if you've recently worked in impressive positions and you think that a prospective employer would be impressed by seeing that. The functional or skill-based resume is often used if you don't have very much work experience or very much relevant work experience. So it could be that you're changing direction and your most recent jobs aren't very relevant to the post that you're currently applying for. And also if you have significant gaps in your work history. Now, I do talk a bit more about gaps in your work history in the ebook, which you can download at the end of the course. So if that's relevant to you, you might like to have a look at that. If you have a lot of high quality skills and you want to highlight these, that's another good reason for using a skills-based resume. Now, there are a few points when it comes to formatting for ATS that you need to be aware of, and I've put these in a text document, and you can download those in the next lecture. And in the next video, we'll quickly run through the structure of the chronological resume or CV.